Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. The thing I'd like to talk about this week is actually part of the reason why I'm buying so many carrots as of late. And while I just keep hitting this button, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about why am I doing this? Because yeah, it doesn't make much sense, but there's this overarching achievement. I just talked about it in one of my previous videos on how you have to make 10 million in this game for one of the achievements. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to try to get there. And so my current strategy on how to get there is actually by kind of like a reinvestment sort of thing, knowing you're losing overall, but you're not losing everything, you're just losing a small amount. So, I've been trying to think of like, what are some easier ways of making money in this game? What are some things that I can already do? And so there are some things that instead of growing these carrots from seeds to then put into preservative jars and then sell, I decided why don't I cut out the middleman, which is me, and buy them. So I went through and I looked at all of the vegetables for, how much money they make from the non-starred version, because you can't buy things that are starred. From the non-starred version, how much do you buy it for? How much does it sell for the seeds? How much does it sell for the preservative jars? And from what it looks like, there are two that have the same kind of change. One is carrots and the second are tomatoes. Both of them you can buy at 90. And then I'm pretty sure the preservative jars also both sell for 34 a piece right now. And so, I even checked for the seeds. And so there were some that the seeds sold for higher, such as potatoes. So it's like you buy a potato for 180 and then you could sell it for 68 as a preservative jar or 80 as potato seeds. So it's like I took that in consideration. Yeah, 180 to 80, that's minus 100. With this, where you buy it for 90 and you sell for 34, that's only minus 56. So it's the least amount that you lose in each step of the process. And so what I decided to do was a little bit of math on this. And it's like, okay, so if you were to have $10 million and you put it all into carrots and then you sell them. Well, I started off with 1 million for the calculations just so I could see, what is going on here. And it's like for every 1 million you do, it becomes 337,000 approximately. So that's, about a third or so, but 90 to 34, that's about a third, so it makes sense. You do that again after the 377,000, it becomes 142,000, and both of those together is 500,000. It's actually slightly over 500,000. So then I'm like, wait, with every 1 million you can easily make 500,000 just by doing this. So how much of the 10 million do I actually have to make the first time around, and how much of that 10 million can come from things like this, which is a reinvestment? And again, the amount of money you have at one time is capped to 1 million. So you can never have more than 1 million. It's like 999,000, whatnot. Right? So if you can never even hold more than 1 million, why are you trying to make over 1 million? I don't know. But with the math involved with it, I noticed that there's a certain sequence about it, but it originally goes like, all right, so X plus X times this 34 over 90, right? Because let's say it's like 1 million divided by 90 times 34, right? That's how much you're going to make on the next selling point. So then on the next selling point, you have to multiply that number by yet another 34 over 90. So it becomes X plus 34 over 90 times X plus 34 over 90 times 34 over 90 times X. And then it's recursive, right? So you just keep adding in one more of those 34 over 90 terms, and that's where you get your sequence at. So just in doing the first 3 terms of the sequence, I'll know hopefully put the math up over here somewhere so you can see it. But what ends up happening is from just the first 3 terms alone, so it's really just 2 reinvestments of what I'm doing here. Again, the why am I buying so many carrots thing. So many reinvestments of that, 2 times of doing that, you only have to make 6.5 million. So that 10 million already becomes 6.5 million. That's a decent, step down, which is, thank goodness. Whenever it is that you do the math sequence, which I'll put somewhere, hopefully, so you can see it, that sequence then brings that number down. And again, this is recursive to the nth number. So it's like if you were to just keep doing it and keep doing it, then it actually becomes 6.2 million, which is still a pretty high number. But again, whenever it is that, you've already made 3 million, and it's like, oh, okay, so that would technically only be 3 million more. Like, that doesn't sound so bad. Now, again, yes, I'm not in need of 10 million, so instead of 10 million, I only need 7 million to begin with. But then, that just means that 6.2 million that I would need to get the entire thing up there. Yeah, see, I've already got tons of carrots going on. That would mean that I only need a 62% of 7 million. That brings that number down significantly too. That means that I'm probably only in need of about 4 million more rather than 7 million more. So it definitely comes a little bit more achievable, because beforehand I was making tons of money and then I was just buying houses. Actually, here, I've got an extra buildings plot over here where I was just starting to buy houses and just tons of giant rooms associated with it. Here's all the large rooms. There's another wing on the other side of the house. Here's some just empty pavilions, and I think there's another conservatory on the other side. And here's 2 of these gazebos, right? I'm just what am I supposed to do with all this money if I can't keep it? I had better spend it. But now thinking about it, it probably is smarter to do something like this. It'll get me to my goal a whole lot faster. I should be filling up those shipping bins a whole lot faster. So, as I continue to do this, I will try to keep you updated on how well it works. But also, if you have any ideas of things to investigate a little bit more, please let me know. I don't want to take 2 more years of my own life in order to get to this goal. I want to see if there's a way of hacking it and trying to get there a little faster. So, tell me in the comments if you have a better idea. I would absolutely love to hear it. And I will see you next week. Bye.